She's 28. You're 43. You mentioned your divorce like it was the weather. She leaned in. You didn't flex achievements. You didn't hide the gray. You talked about failure like it was furniture in your apartment. And that's what she couldn't look away from. I'm Marcus, and if you're a man over 40 who's noticed something strange happening, women treating your scars like credentials, your silence like wisdom, your age like an advantage, this is why. Let me name what you're experiencing. You walk into a room differently now. Not louder, quieter. Not trying harder, trying less. Especially women. Not all women. Not the ones locked in youth worship, but the ones who've lived long enough to recognize the difference between confidence that's performed and confidence that's calcified. You felt this, haven't you? A woman 10 years younger asking about your book. A colleague lingering after meetings to hear your stories. A first date where she kept the conversation going past midnight. You thought, I'm objectively worse than I was at 28. What changed? Brother, the market didn't change. You graduated into a different market. Here's the pattern you couldn't name. Women aren't attracted to your age. They're attracted to your relationship with time. Let me explain the invisible quality that separates men over 40 from everyone else. I call it temporal confidence. Temporal confidence is fluency with time. Young men negotiate with time. Give me 5 more years. I need more time to prove myself. Time is running out. Old men, sovereign men, collaborate with time. I've got time. Time will tell. Time is my research assistant. Women recognize this difference in your first sentence. Because temporal confidence leaks into everything. How you order coffee. No rush. How you disagree. No panic. How you listen. No interruption. You're not performing presence. You are presence. And here's what women unconsciously detect. A man who's mastered time has survived what killed weaker men. Your gray hair isn't aging. It's evidence of becoming unforgeable. So why does this quality make women unable to resist? 3 forces, biological and psychological. Force 1, pattern recognition. Respect. Women evolved to detect male competence through pattern recognition speed. A 25-year-old makes decisions from theory. A 45-year-old makes decisions from 20 years of pattern data. When you casually predict an outcome she hasn't seen yet, when you spot red flags she's still rationalizing, when you navigate complexity without breaking stride. She's not impressed by your intelligence. She's relieved by your pattern library. Force 2, outcome independence detection. Here's what dating coaches won't tell you. Women aren't attracted to men who don't care about them. Women are attracted to men who don't need them to complete their identity. At 25, you needed her validation to feel valuable. At 45, you're already valuable. She's addition, not completion. She can feel the difference. Force 3, mortality awareness magnetism. This is the dark one. Men over 40 carry visible evidence that time is finite. And paradoxically, that makes you more attractive to women who've matured. Because mortality awareness creates 2 masculine traits. Discernment, you don't waste time on chaos. Intensity, every moment you choose is chosen fully. Young men have time to waste. Old men have time to invest. Women who've matured past surface attraction recognize the difference immediately. Now here's the philosophical reframe. You spent your 20s trying to become impressive. You'll spend your 40s trying to become unimpressible. And that shift, that's what she's detecting. Listen carefully. The invisible quality women can't resist in older men isn't confidence. It's temporal sovereignty. You're not racing time anymore. You're not hiding from time. You're ruling your relationship with time. And women, especially women who've been lied to by time themselves, recognize a fellow sovereign when they see one. Young men try to stop time. Sovereign men use time. Every failure you survived, every loss you integrated, every belief you discarded, those aren't scars, they're scar tissue. And scar tissue is stronger than original skin. So what do you do with this invisible quality? 3 principles, immediately actionable. Principle 1, stop translating your age. Never say, I'm X years old, but still. The word but apologizes for existence. Your age isn't a discount on your value. It's a premium on your wisdom. Own the number. Don't translate it. Principle 2, weaponize your indifference to urgency. When she texts, don't respond instantly. Not because you're playing games, because you genuinely have a life that doesn't revolve around her attention. Temporal confidence shows up in your response time. Fast response equals, I was waiting for you. Measured response equals, I was already valuable when you texted. Principle 3, speak from pattern, not theory. Never give advice you haven't paid tuition for. When she asks your opinion, reference your data, not your ideology. In my experience with X, I've watched this pattern Y times. Every time I've seen Z, it ended in, women don't want your theories. They want your pattern recognition. And you can't fake 20 years of data. That's your unfair advantage. One final thing. You might be thinking, but Marcus, I don't feel confident about my age. Brother, let me tell you something nobody else will. Confidence isn't a feeling. It's a track record. You've survived. Relationships that didn't work. Careers that imploded. Beliefs that shattered. And you're still here. Still building. Still learning. Still standing. That's not confidence. That's proof. Women aren't attracted to men who feel confident. They're attracted to men who've earned the right to be confident. And brother, you've paid full tuition. So here's my question for you. At what age did you stop trying to impress people and start becoming unimpressible yourself? Drop it in the comments. I read every one. If this perspective gave you clarity, subscribe. Not for me, for the brother watching this at 2 a.m. wondering if his best years are behind him. They're not. They're just differently valuable now. I am the architect. I will see you in the next blueprint. Sovereign Male Dynamics, Architecture for the New Male Era.